here is where he makes a big gain.
Please tell me how many laps to go every 2 or 3 laps.
That's Matt Kenseth.
I know how that feels. You are giving it all you got, and you just need somebody to tell you how many laps there are to go.
8 laps to go. There you go. Slower through 3 and 4 than you were. Clear by 2.
Remember, Kenseth has a new spotter he's working with this year.
I guarantee if that was Kobalt.
Higher, 2 back.
Next week, Thunder Valley.
Make sure you tell me that when I don't want to slip outside.
See, Mike, that's the thing I've been saying about Kenseth all along. He is going through a real transition here with all new people. New spotter, new crew chief, new team.
New third-place driver, Brad Keselowski, has gotten past Kyle Busch.
We've got 7 laps to go, and our 2 leaders, we're going to catch several lap-down drivers here in the next lap or 2.
I think they can see that yellow car coming.
But no matter how slow those lap-down cars are, they're going to take a lane away as they try to go by.
That looks pretty good right here. He's going to get a little bit of a pull off of that 35 car.
Yep, Josh Wise.
Josh Wise gets a little pull there, actually gains a little bit.
He stays low. Kenseth goes past Rudeman, the next car ahead, with 6 laps to go.
But here's his money. Turn 2 is Casey Kane's money turn. That's where he makes the big gain, turn 2.
Kenseth had to lift to choose a lane to get past Wise, and Kane is there.
Working the bottom inside. Clear. He slipped up the hill. 5.
Drove it in too hard and slipped up. I had to give up.
But he had him where he needed him, I think, Darrell, with the run he got off turn 2.
This is
Kenseth looking on.
Katie, you know how you feel. Sitting there watching your husband do his job and hanging on for dear life, hoping he can pull it out.
These guys get him out of the way.
Atta boy, tell him.
I'm up here working right now, Matt. Clear by 3.
See, he's got to even tell his spotter. He's got to train his spotter. Here's what I need, man. Come on, help me.
Coming up on
Get him out of
Danica.
the way, please. Get him down.
He wants Danica Patrick and David Stremme
You want the top.
to stay on the bottom of the racetrack. Stremme's high. Patrick's low. Here comes Kane. This could be a log jam at the end of the back straightaway.
I think Danica will move down. I think she knows that Matt's there.
Clear by 3.
Actually, it helps Matt a little bit. He gets a little pull down the straightaway off of these lap cars.
Now, the spotters on the roof, they are in team uniforms. So one spotter can go to the other and say, hey, help us out. Stay on the bottom of the racetrack. That's what Stremme's done. Clear path for Kenseth on the outside.
But, Darrell, I think you're right. That's what Matt Kenseth, it appeared, tried to do that time with David Stremme down the front stretch. Just get that little bit of a draft.
Yeah, he gets a nice pull. Now, Casey got off of 2 that time. That's where the action is going to be. If he's going to get Kenseth, he's going to have to get under him off of turn 2.
And he kind of maintained that time through 3 and 4. They'll be coming to 2 to go.
Kane looks a little tight in 3 and 4, but if he can get that run off of 2 and get up under Matt, he might have a shot. Right here is where he really can haul. Right there.
Kane with a look, but lines up.
Now, Matt seems to be better on this end. Casey runs in here. He can't get down low in turns 3 and 4. Kind of helps Matt get off of this corner with a head of steam. Again, we got lap cars up here. He's going to get a little... Going to get a little pull off of Casey.
Carl Edwards has taken 5th from Jimmy Johnson. As here we go on the last lap. 3 cars ahead, the first of which is Casey Mears. And they'll catch Mears before the start-finish line.
I got it, Matt. I got it, buddy. Bring it to the line here. Clear by 3.
Can you believe you're driving, holding off Casey Kane, and you're telling the spotter what you need?
Kane looks to the inside. Light the candles. Happy birthday, Matt Kenseth.
Yeah, boy!
Oh, it's a huge win.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, everybody, man. Thanks for picking up the stops, man. Awesome. Yes. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for putting me here. Thanks, guys.
Matt Kenseth becomes the 3rd Sprint Cup driver to win on his birthday. Cale Yarborough did it twice. Kyle Busch has done it. And now Matt Kenseth, who has 41 candles on his cake today. It's his first win for Joe Gibbs Racing and only his third start for the team.
And he did it with about 31 more laps on those right side tires than Casey Kane.
See good results of sliding through the grass.
Kenseth now won at least one race in 11 of his 14 full-time seasons in Sprint Cup racing.
Just think about it, Mike. Moved from the only team he'd ever driven for to Joe Gibbs' team to drive this 20 car. What a win.
Car owner Joe Gibbs, his 101st career Sprint Cup win and his second at Las Vegas. Matt Kenseth burns down the house. His 25th career victory.
That's what 41 candles look like when you light them up.
That's right.
I believe he's going to be one exciting man there in victory lane.
Carl last week, Matt this week. Great.
Matt Kenseth beats Casey Kane by 0.6 of a second with series champ Brad Keselowski third.
Matt Kenseth puts Toyota in victory lane in the 20 car. He was telling me this weekend he felt the pressure after 13 seasons of racing at Ford, switching over to Joe Gibbs and Toyota this year and joining that team, kind of the go-to guy. He wanted to have success as soon as he could. Finishing second, Casey Kane dominated much of the race, and he's standing by with Steve Burns.
Yeah, what a great race car the 5 team put underneath Casey Kane. Talk about the battle at the end of the race with Matt Kenseth.
Well, I had an unbelievable Farmers Insurance Chevrolet throughout the whole race. The pit stops were great, and we just came out 6th there, which I think Matt would have beat us out anyways because he didn't take tires. So, you know, tough to say if we would have got by him, but I think just 2 cycles on left sides, I wasn't quite as good. I couldn't turn down the track quite as well as I could the runs before, and just got greasy out there, and that was it. So he beat us, but I had a great day. You can drive so hard. I drove so hard every single lap today, and I think that's just the Gen 6 car and the Chevy SS, but it was a lot of fun. I loved it. I had the car to beat today, and we lost, but it was still a great run for all of our guys.
Thanks, Casey. Great job. Let's go to Chris Myers back in the
Fifth
hotel.
straight time Casey's led the most laps and failed to win a 2-man show over the final 26 laps, and Matt Kenseth holds off Casey Kane to pull into victory lane. Chris Tavoda is down there for the celebration.
Well, it didn't come easy, but nothing in Vegas ever does. As Matt Kenseth climbs out of the race car, you had said at the start of the year you were perhaps more excited about this season than you'd ever been. You're not known to be an emotional guy, but we just saw emotion from you climbing out of that car.
Well, this is awesome. First, I want to start by thanking the Lord for giving me this opportunity, and I just knew it. I just feel real good about this group. I really feel like this is just the beginning. Jason Ratcliffe is pretty much a man, so I really want to say thanks to Dollar General, Toyota, Sprint, Husky Tools, Toyota, Citizen Watch, Gatorade, GameStop, and Research, and DollarGeneral.com tomorrow is 20% off.
How nervous did those last few laps, knowing Kane was coming? How nervous did that make you?
I was real nervous all day. He had the best car, and I told Jason about 12 ago. I apologized to him, like, I'm sorry, man, I'm gonna get beat. You know, I was getting too tight, and I was killing the right front, and I just had to make sure I stayed in front of him. And didn't have quite the fastest car there then, but we had it where it needed to be. It was just great pit stops, great pit strategy, and we're in the right place at the right time and took advantage of it today.
Hey, one more thing. How's that for a birthday present? Happy birthday, Matt.
Yeah, thanks. I was kind of bummed out about being 29, but you know, since we're staying here with a win, I'll take it.
29 never looked so good. Matt Yoakum.
Kyle Busch won here in 2009. Now, you made the call from the cockpit to make all the different adjustments on that last stop. How much more did you need?
Well, it helped us. I mean, it got the car tightened up, but it was too tight for the first 10 laps where I was really good in the run before. And then after that, I was still going loose, so we didn't really save the right rear tire any like we were trying to do. But all in all, great day. These guys worked really, really hard, and I got us boxed in with a pit road penalty early, but we clawed our way back up through there, and this M&M's Camry was fast enough to help me do that. And Dave and the guys made some great calls. Just wish we had a little bit more there at the end, and you know, a little bit more long run speed. You know, I felt like short run speed was really good, so we've got some work to do, but
Good to see the 20 in victory lane, and Matt's first time. You know, wish it was us, but if it's a JGR car, that's good.
Great recovery by Kyle Busch. Chris?
More than 6 decades of NASCAR, and only 4 times has a driver won on his birthday. Cale Yarborough did it twice. Kyle Busch did it once. And today, however old he is, Matt Kenseth, #1 with the family and in victory lane in Las Vegas. The Kobalt Tools 400 in Las Vegas history as Matt Kenseth wins it. And the celebration continues. There's Joe Gibbs with Michael Waltrip, Chris Myers, the podium finish. Casey Kane, who dominated, finishing second. And Brad Keselowski, the only driver this year to finish in the top 5 in all 3 races. But, Michael, how about this battle for 7th with Junior and Truex?
It's a crossover move by Truex. He tries to get to the bottom of Junior, and he almost gets there, but Junior edges him at the finish line. A couple of Juniors going at it there.
And Truex Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jr. wound up 7th. Truex 8th as we check out the unofficial results. And worth mentioning, as you see Kenseth the winner, the guys like Casey Kane, Kyle Busch, Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, who all were outside the top 30 coming into this race, had good finishes today as we head to Bristol in the 4th race of the year.
Yeah, we talked about Carl Edwards leaving Daytona in a hole. He dug out of it at Phoenix by winning. These guys now have themselves in a better position going forward.
Greg Biffle, some trouble in the pits at 17th. You saw Denny Hamlin at 15. I'm sure he's satisfied with the car and his performance today.
A great run for our rookie, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. We saw him bouncing off the wall, but he never gave up, kept after it, and got a solid top 20.
And just under the speed record for this track at 146 miles per hour. The cautions later in the race slowed people down. Danica Patrick, a rough start from the back of the field. And you see the drivers rounding out the field. Let's check in down trackside with Matt Yoakum.
It looked almost like Brad Keselowski was running for office when he got out of his race car. He walked up to Casey Kane, patted him on the back for a great run, walked back to Kyle Busch. But what's most impressive, the recovery by you and this team.
Yeah, you know, we got behind there on one of them pit stops and just kept working. And I felt like if I could just get the 20 off of pit road, I would have had something for him. But you know, starting on the inside, he kept spinning his tire on the restart, and I'd have to slow down so I wouldn't beat him to the line by a bunch and get in trouble. So when he would do that, it would just check everybody up, and it would all gang up on me, and I couldn't do anything without wrecking everybody. So just one of them deals. The last thing I would do was jump to restart and get put in the back, and I think we all know how that works. So gave it a good effort with the Miller Lite Ford, a lot better than what we were in practice, and everybody on my team, everybody at Penske Racing, they keep working on these cars, and we don't seem to have a lot of speed in practice or qualifying, but when it comes to the race, these guys are the best.
Started today first, ends third, continues that impressive start to his season.
Thanks, Matt. And Brad Keselowski in defense of his title after 3. No victories yet, but he's showing you his switch from Dodge to Ford. He can hang right in there with old 5-time.
Well, he couldn't have set up any better. That car was terrible yesterday. They tuned on it overnight and put him in a position to win the race.
Eric Almirola gets a little attention just ahead of Michael Waltrip Racing and Clint Boyer in the points as we head to Bristol, Tennessee, rounding out the top 20. There's rookie Ricky Stenhouse Jr. hanging in there. Casey Kane wanted to improve his position. So did Tony Stewart and Kyle Busch as well. Matt Kenseth, the big football fan, big Packer fan from Wisconsin, but with Joe Gibbs, good coaching, good race team, good victory for the 20 car.